What about now? What about now? Okay. Okay. You're going to have to see some close-ups because I'm blind as a bat when it comes to the chat on the computer. I'm going to read it from the computer. The wrong mic was chosen when I started the live. And basically, YouTube wants to use the microphone from my phone. And I got to use, I had to launch a special app and a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. Sound will go in and out if I have to check my phone for anything. Like if anybody sends me, sends money for a paid reading, you'll hear me mute for a minute while I check that app. Okay. I'm wondering, I'm thinking about this. Maybe I'll let my check be a little bit bigger. Okay. Yeah. When I started the app, I said, you're just going to have to excuse the fact that the dogs are outside with me. I might have to yell at them here and there, and might hear them bark. And Dutton, don't even think about jumping that fence into the blueberry patch. Nope. Okay. Okay. Tonight's oracle is the Intuit Oracle. 100 and some odd cards. 130 cards or something like that. Has LENORMAND cards in it, along with zodiac cards, timing cards, other things in it. Haven't used this deck in a while, so I pulled it out. Okay. Obviously, the paid reads will get both this and the tarot. Okay. Let's start with... Okay, I'm being drawn to Bewitched. So moderators, just keep an eye out for trolls. Shouldn't have any because I have it set to subscriber only chat, but you never know. Okay, let's pull a couple cards for Bewitched. I'm just going by who I'm drawn to. I think it's much simpler than trying to keep lists, several lists. The only lists that'll be kept are for paid readings, and there's nobody on it right now. Okay. Bewitched. Messages for Bewitched. What does Bewitched need to hear at this time? Hold on. I knew I should have set things up out inside. Hold on for a second. Good. Doggies are in the house. I don't know why. I started shuffling and I just heard to get my other deck out. This is one that Ashley from the Reckoning Code, she sent this to me as a gift. Which is the Sacred Woundings. You know, I don't care who you are, but everybody has wounds that we're dealing with. Okay. But the one card that did come out that fell out of the deck is called the Mortar and Pestle. And the Mortar and Pestle is about blending something, brewing something, alchemy. It could be making medicine. But it's about breaking things down. Let's see what else comes up. I just felt like I needed to draw one of these cards. Humiliation wound. So what this feels like is the need to break something down that regards to healing a wound that somebody, or maybe you're a magnet for this, but people in your life who kind of persistently try to shame you for something, literally trying to humiliate you in some way. And it's a suffering from chronic self-doubt. Sometimes you tend to avoid social interactions because of some kind of self-perception that was put on you by others that make you believe a certain way about yourself. And this is about breaking that down and finding the source of that wound. And I'm going to draw one more of these because I feel one more of these cards. Because of fear of vulnerability. That's, when you, instead of trying to break it down and understand it, you avoid it out of fear of feeling like it makes you more vulnerable. You have a tendency to kind of put up a good front because you don't want to appear to be vulnerable. The mice. You don't want to feel vulnerable because you've had enough taken away from you. And you worry about self-image way too much. And this, my friend, is something that Spirit is saying that you need to work on. Okay? Thank you, amputee. Okay. Okay, you sent a PayPal. Let me see. I'm going to go silent for a minute because I got to switch apps. So Rock That Bodies came in before amputees, before she chimed in. So I am going to go ahead and do Rock That Body. Thank you, Rock That Body, for your donation. Now, what kind of question would you like to have answered? Do I need to ask? You're welcome, Bewitched. Okay, I will try to focus on no kids. I'm going to start with Oracle for you. Solar plexus chakra comes up. And it's a blockage of the solar plexus. That is the difficulties in personal power, self-esteem, and confidence. I know that hits a nail on the head for you. Needing to work on that, oh my God, identity crisis. I can't make this shit up. Fear of failure. I think we kind of talked about this personally, kind of like finding yourself again. We've talked about you starting over, right? You and I've talked a lot about that kind of stuff. And this is, things to work on and to heal. The identity crisis is not knowing who you really are, not knowing what your calling really is, what you're supposed to be doing, kind of feeling scattered all over the place. The solar plexus chakra is about the confidence, the self-esteem. And that's where you need to work on yourself to build that self-esteem, to build that confidence. And as you work on that, I think the solar plexus is very, very important here. Because as you work on that, you start to learn about yourself. Okay? But I think something that holds you back, that prevents you from diving into that, is a fear of failure. It doesn't matter in life I don't care who you are. I don't care if I was talking to Donald Trump right now or Kamala Harris. Everybody has successes and everybody has failures in life. We cannot allow ourselves to identify with those failures and what I mean by that is, don't let those failures define you. Let the failures enhance you. Let the failures teach you so that you grow and move into that person you're meant to be and who you're supposed to be. And so that you can move into what you are supposed to be doing. Okay. Let's see what else. I don't know why you can't see me. Try exiting and coming back. Okay. The mask. The mask is a disguise, concealing out of protection, the fear of the failure, putting on a certain mask. And I'm surprised that the vulnerability card did not come up for you either. The element of earth, being practical and grounded, dependable. Okay. I feel like being yourself, and you got the prize, the trophy. Okay. So what this is saying is not to worry about what other people say or think. Take off the mask. Be yourself. Don't try to pretend that you are somebody else, or try to pretend and mold yourself to what other people want you to be. Something is coming to mind here. Rock that body. The astrology. We've been talking for how long? 2, 3, 4 years about you starting an astrology channel. I'm using this as an example. And there's a certain level of acceptance in that community. And if you don't mold yourself to what they think you should be, or interpret things the way they do, look at astrology like they do, if you differ from the norm, then you're kind of shunned, if you will. And I think that there is an element here of wanting to have acceptance, but needing to take off the mask and be yourself and not worry about what they say. And when you do that, you receive the prize, you receive the trophy. Okay. Let's see what this is all about. Hello, Jaylen. Yes, there's spots left. Yes, Jaylen, there is. Okay, let's see what else we get. Rock that body. Ooh. This is you all around. You come up as the Queen of Swords, and I bet that's the mood that you're in right now. You're in Queen of Swords mode. No bullshit. Shooting straight from the hip. And being critical, even. Curious of who you're being critical of. I can almost get. Who did you, or who pissed you off that's in a place of authority with the King of Swords? We got the King and Queen of Swords. A perfect, it's a karmic pair. It is a divinely matched people. But very cold. I'm hearing tit for tat. Is that making sense? Did you get into a confrontation, a battle of wits with somebody? That's kind of what I'm getting, like a battle of wits here. And they try to tell you something in maybe not so nice manner, and you barked right back at them. It's like, you're not taking it. Okay. And whatever this was, it feels like an idea that did not take off. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse is very shallow roots. Things that is uprooted very easily. That is not stable, secure. In the upright, I would say this is something that's been going on for a very, very long time. It may have been, but it's about uprooting something. It's about, no wonder you got the fear of failure. Don't be afraid of that failure. Whatever this failure is, learn from it. Because something failed to grow. Something failed to produce fruit. You may have been feeling like you've wasted your time. Time and energy. This kind of was in the sideways. It wasn't upright or reversed. So it just kind of means something within a community or in a family. It could go either way. That kind of went sideways. A plan that kind of fell on its side, fell over. It's like not like a total destruction of this organization, this community, but it is on its side. It is kind of like a challenge. And you're losing patience with something or somebody. Okay. I don't know. Is this somebody within your community per se that you live? Somebody that you had words with? Was this about a lack of progress and feeling like you're not being protected properly? That something, it came in the reverse, but the devil upright, we know, is an unhealthy attachment. Being chained to something. And in the reverse is you're trying to release something, but it feels like you lack the strength. This is lacking strength or confidence to release a situation. I'm just hoping it has nothing to do with kids. I'm just saying, but there's still something that you're struggling with releasing. The words with somebody. You're trying to get away from the devil because you feel like that somebody in a place of authority not protecting you properly, not looking out for you. There is conflicts within your community. And you're lacking the energy to deal with this anymore. Let's see what your advice is. We may have to talk eventually later. When I go on my cruise, I will not have internet access or cellular access. I might have internet access when I get off at certain islands. Tomorrow I'm going to be super, super busy trying to get ready for my cruise. But let me see. Oh, okay. King of Pentacles, money. You had a fight with somebody about money, didn't you? What is the advice here, please? Trust your intuition. Keep your mouth shut. Keep quiet. Move on. Move forward. Move towards your goals fearlessly. And it's up to you to take action. Act upon your intuition. It's like moving away from this person. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is that stuck wheel. It's being stuck in the past, letting your past hold you back. Okay. Okay. So this is like that stuck wheel that needs grease to get it upright so that it progresses and moves forward. There's a lot of uncertainty. I don't necessarily look at the Wheel of Fortune as bad luck. It's about progress. It's about change. It is about fate sometimes too. And when in the reverse, it's a stop in action. Stuck in a rut. Okay. And here's part of your problem too. Sleepless nights. You're not sleeping. Stuck on the past. 6 of Cups in the reverse. The sun. Becoming enlightened, illuminated. This is success, but success may not be what you think it is. That attorney not paying up. What I'm feeling to tell you, I even hate to tell you, because I want you to get what you deserve. Okay? Five of Pentacles is abandonment, leaving that behind. My guides are saying you just need to walk away from this all. You have so much time invested in this, so much energy. Me, on a personal level, I hate to see you walk away. I hate to see you give up on this, but it's consumed you. Your world has been built around this whole situation. And my guides are pointing back as that's where the identity crisis is coming into play. It's like your whole identity is consumed by this whole situation. I almost want to say you need to leave it alone and let God, let the universe work this out. And try to work on yourself. Try to find the strength to move on away from this. You know, I can't bullshit you. I can't say, oh, keep on fighting, keep on fighting, keep on fighting. There was a point where the cards were saying that, but then I'm questioning was it me or was it the card saying it? Right now, these decks are brutally honest, and they're feeling like you need to let it go. There's certain things that we need to let go of to find ourselves. I think you've lost yourself in the process of dealing with all these attorneys. And that's me stepping outside of the situation. I personally am emotionally invested in it because of the relationship, the close friendship that we have. But at the same time, I just got to be honest with you. Okay. I do have to move on. Amputee. Okay, amputee, I need your question. About your settlement? Okay. Okay, amputee. Can I get one more card, please? One more card, Spirit. One more card. Thank you. Interesting. King of Fire. Aries. Energy. This almost feels like a timing card to me. This doesn't feel like an Aries person. This feels like timing. This feels like springtime. The stars is a networking type of thing. It's wishes coming true. And then you have the garden. The garden is a public thing. It is public venues. It deals with society and crowds. It could be a meeting, communities. This feels like some kind of meeting coming up in the springtime that's going to bring you what it is that you want. I know it seems like spring is a long time away. However, when you see how fast summer has gone, you know, before we know, we're going to be hearing all the Christmas tunes. In about 2 months, we'll start hearing Christmas music and seeing all the Christmas decorations. But springtime will be here before you know it. Okay? This year is just going by so fast. Okay. Let me see what else is coming up here. Okay, you got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Then it flipped itself upright into my lap. So this, to me, is talking about something that seemed to be really standing still. Oh, okay, I understand. Spirit's saying, just confirming what I just said. When you think time is going to be standing still, it's going to fly by like before you know it. That was just a timing thing. Okay, this has been a situation with your settlement, a load that you have been carrying, that there's a certain kind of enlightenment that is coming about here. Okay, this feels like you've been left hanging here without it completing. While you wait, this might be a time of, okay, we had Aries, this could be Pisces, water, Pisces time. But this is about caring and compassionate, patient. You've been very patiently waiting on this. But you can't seem to get really a straight answer from anybody. Who's working for you, who's working against you. And it seems like that there are negotiations. There are things going on behind the scenes. You do need to trust your intuition on this. There's a little bit of apathy here. The apathy is kind of withdrawing or rejection, or being offered something that you're not so sure that you want. I know that the whole situation's left you unfulfilled and even left you waiting, but there is something coming in. I don't know if you have been settled on an exact sum or exact amount, almost 9 years, exact amount of money. But with, okay, the Strength card came out in the upright. And it's talking about focusing, bravery. So what I'm feeling is that it's coming. It's just, it's taken a hot minute. And it feels like just a lot of inner strength and courage. What is this strength about? And not allowing yourself to get caught up in negative thoughts. Devil in the reverse. You've probably already been there, done that, chained to this whole idea. Kind of reminds me of the same energy as Rock That Body's case. It's about releasing any kind of negative connotations, not being tied to the end result. King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who it's all business. So I feel like this whole thing, this whole lawsuit is all about business. But again, you got the star twice, wish fulfillment. This is a wish coming true. Some kind of guidance and divine intervention happening here. I'm sticking by a time frame of between March and May. Springtime is when I'm picking up that things might finally get settled in your favor. And just understand, it's what I'm feeling with that star is a wish fulfillment, depending on what you put out there to the universe. You may have just wanted to see your settlement, or you may have just wanted to see this done and over with. But the result, you will get that, but it may not be exactly what you were looking for, if that makes sense. But it's coming. Now, because I got to switch screens on my phone, the sound's going to go silent for a moment. Jaylen next, and then we got Annette. I forgot. I started talking, and the mic wasn't activated. Okay. You're welcome, dear. Okay, Jaylen, what did you want to ask? Whatever comes up, okay? You got it. I'm feeling drawn to this deck also for you. Another subscriber had bought for me the Whispers of the Unknown which is Ashley's from the Reckoning Co., her true crime deck. And in the box that was sent to me, Ashley added this deck as a gift to me from her. So, you know, I'm very grateful to Ashley for sending me this deck as well. She has another deck that I would love to get. I think it's only $44. Eventually, probably maybe next month, I could get her other deck. It's another one about spiritual growth and stuff that I really, really want. But then I'll have all 3 of her decks. So let's go ahead. What do we have for Jaylen? Spiritual ego. Perfect. Developing a sense of superiority or self-importance based on spiritual knowledge or practices. Well, basically what this is telling me, ego to me, I'm not seeing this in a bad way for you. I'm seeing this more as confidence, security, and courage. Same card that rocked my body got, identity crisis. I think this is relating back to the reading I gave you last night about you not sure what your role is, not sure how to fulfill your role at work, and lacking the confidence. You're not confident in your skin as of yet. We talked about that. Karmic blockages. These are obstacles that are resulting from past actions and choices affecting one's present circumstances. So I'm not sure what this is about, but it has to do with some kind of decision from the past. Maybe it was taking this job. I don't know. Soul fragmented. Feeling like you're in a bunch of different places. Bunch of different... It's like not feeling yourself. Okay, I don't know what this is about. I think this has to do with okay, a couple different things here. I think the external validation, well, it could go with either one. There's a couple things I'm seeing here. We've got external validation, emotional numbness, and soul fragmentation. I'm almost feeling like, and I think the karmic blockage is actually with this second group. You got this going on with work that could actually be a product from something deeper. And I'm not talking about your relationship. I'm talking about something deeper than that. Something maybe as far back as childhood. I hope you know what I'm talking about. That somewhere along the line, you felt like you lost a piece of yourself. This can even be early adulthood, because the karmic blockages is coming from, I think, deep past. Okay? And what this is doing is it's created a sense of numbness to that past, and that is just telling me your coping mechanism was to turn off the emotions, not feel anything, disconnect from it instead of healing it. And one of the byproducts also is this is like the bridge card, the external validation between the ego and the crisis, the lack of confidence and not understanding your role or who you are. Okay. Whether that's with work or whatever area of life, the external validation is needing external praise, needing external validation that you are correct, that you are who you are, what your role is meant to do. That validation comes from within. And it's a bridge because there's a certain validation you need at work, and there's something that is a soul level. Okay. Let's see what else we get. And whatever this other situation is from the past, it's something that I'm picking energy up on, but I'm not going to publicly put it out there. But it's something you never talked to me about before either. But it's coming up here. The heart. That's love. That can even be self-love. The clouds. Confusion about love, about the heart, about the emotions. The tree. This makes me think of the family tree. The hummingbird. The hummingbird is enjoyment. It's being in the present. Rapid response. Lift out of negativity. Lightness of being. This almost feels like I'm just going to put it this way. This feels like a wound. This feels like a wound that stems from childhood. That this is like a family member who always seemed to certain ways that they expressed joy and happiness and love, which left confusion. Kind of growing up wondering, is this what really love is supposed to be? Is this what really parental love is supposed to be? And parental love or parental figure like or siblings of a parent. I'm just giving examples. That they had a strange way of expressing emotions that left you in doubt, and it has affected you in your adulthood. So this is kind of making me think this is something that you really need to heal from, because it is part of your identity crisis. It is part of your self-doubt. Okay. almost like neglect. The word neglect came to my mind. Yep. But Spirit's calling it out here because it's definitely something that you need to pay attention to. Okay. The happy family. What about this happy family? Cars are flying. The family situation was somebody very reckless and ambitious. We're going to have a talk sometime, Jaylen. There's something else coming to mind. There may be a suppressed memory. Let me just ask you this to make sure that I'm picking up the correct energy here, that I'm not misinterpreting this. Did you have any uncles or anything like that that you were around that may have been a babysitter when you were growing up? I'm talking a male figure. Doesn't have to be father. Could be an uncle, an older cousin, an older friend of the family that wasn't blood family but was considered family. Cousin, okay. The illusion card, 7 of Cups. It's also the card of drugs, alcohol, and searching for something. Commitment issues. But there's something that's a smoke screen. He was a blood cousin. There's something there. Either you know exactly what I'm getting at and you know what I'm talking about, or it's a suppressed memory. There's something dealing with a cousin. I don't really want to say much more about that. There's a bed, sleep, rest, defenseless. I'm going to leave this here. This is a really heavy reading, Jaylen. I don't want to put any more out there. But this is an issue that you've never addressed. That's where a lot of this emotional numbing is coming from. This is where a lot of your relationship problems over the years are stemming from. Okay. You've never talked to me about this before, but it's coming out here because it's something that you need to address, that you need to heal from. Okay. This is one wound, and I want to say something to you, Jaylen. Your inner child is crying. Your inner child feels ashamed. Your inner child feels like she did something wrong. You need to nurture and take care of that inner child, because she didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. As an adult, you know that, but that inner child does not know it. Okay, I'm leaving that alone. Okay, hold on one second. Well, that's what happens when you give me full reign and you say, whatever comes up. You never know what's going to come up. Okay. Better, Zebra Girl. Oh, well. Yes, because I screwed up when I started this app. When I started this live, chose the wrong microphone, chose the microphone on my phone. I have to bring up a certain app for it. And when I go back and forth between PayPal and this, I forgot to bring the app up. Okay. You're welcome. The veil over your face. That's interesting. It usually means a veil over your face is very mystical. There, you should be extremely psychic, and I can't go into detail. It takes work. It takes development. It takes studying to develop that your spiritual gifts. Okay, the veil that, my Lord, you should be extremely psychic. Okay. Okay. For a neck, please. Two of Wands in the reverse. Not taking action. I'm not. I think that part of this whole psychic thing, psychic development thing, there's something you need to move away from or move on from. Two of Swords in the reverse. Twos are decisions. Twos are partnerships, decisions, duality. In the reverse, there's confusion, and you feel like that there's no right or wrong choice. so you remain immobile. Let me dig into this Sacred Woundings deck. Attachment wounds. Yes, yes, yes. Being attached to something that you shouldn't be attached to, that you need to let go of, that you need to move on from, that you can't just sit by on the fence waiting for uh, something to happen for you to react to it. You need to take the initiative. Let me see what else. Awakening challenges. That day, you are being challenged right now. You're finding it challenging to awaken your spiritual gifts because of certain attachments that you need to let go of and move on from. Because whatever these attachments are, they're holding you back. Spiritual ego, a lack of confidence in your spiritual gifts. The sacral chakra. This is challenges with creativity, sexuality, and emotional expression. I would say this: you lack the confidence of speaking how you feel, speaking your mind. So you kind of go with the flow with what everybody else wants, not having the confidence to stand your ground and speak up. Divine guidance, deflect. Needing to address. There's certain puzzle pieces that are about to fit together, but they're apart right now. They are apart because of some kind of an attachment. Absence of perceived absence or perceived absence of spiritual direction or support from higher sources, resulting in feelings of uncertainty and discover. It's like this disconnection from your spiritual path or your life purpose. This is all making total sense. So essentially, you're feeling that disconnect. You're feeling disconnected and the lack of support on a spiritual level. And that has to do with the lack of confidence resulting from attachment wounds from individuals or circumstances that you really need to move on from. And I think this is more than just work. I don't think this has anything to do with work. I think this has to do with yourself, your environment, your inner circle. Okay. Don't worry about what your brother says. Fuck him. Okay? Who gives a rat's ass what he says? King of Cups. He's wishy-washy. I get wishy-washiness from him. He's in charge of, it's like there's a sense of ego from him that he's always right. Living in the past. That's childhood. In order to advance You need to let go of the past and stop living in it. And when you stop living in the past, you allow yourself to evolve and move forward. When you release unhealthy attachments, and it brings you exactly what you want in life. And your spirituality, your spiritual gifts will unfold. So you got to stop running from them. You got to stop running from public opinion or family opinions, because it's just going to rob you. It's going to confuse you. You're going to keep going back and forth. And you got 3 2s here. 2, 2, 2. Decisions. Justice in the reverse. That's not making good choices, good decisions. This is allowing somebody to rob you of what is right and correct for you. King of Wands in reverse. Somebody who abuses their power. Girl, you need to... I think you need to... Yeah, King of Swords. Place of authority. Somebody who's very analytical. Who cannot see the error of his own ways. A lot of masculine energy. Walk away. 8 of Cups. Boom. There you go. That's what Spirit has for you. Okay. What time is it? I cannot stay on very much longer. I got so much I got to do. I've got clothes in the dryer. I need to get out and get packed. Because tomorrow night, I'm out of here. Going to my brother's. And we got to be at the airport at... Our flight's at 5:30. TSA has been taking a hell of a long time to get through TSA, especially on the weekends. So we got to get to the airport at the very latest 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So I'm going to be getting off here real soon. So we had Omega. What's your question, dear, real quick? Well, I did get a few free reads done in the beginning. So... Omega, real quick, your question. The free reads, there's no questions. It's just a general message from Spirit. Okay? So... Okay, let me check that out here. Real quick. Okay. We got the Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, Two of Wands in the reverse, it could be a stuck energy. It could be, okay, failed plans, not moving forward. But it's also about moving on from something that was failing or something that's unrealistic. I'm seeing this more of people that have already moved on, per se, in a literal sense, like moved on away from the earthly plane. Messages, Page of Wands, adventures. The Page of Wands, about seeing the bigger picture. This is some new, and the pages are the messengers of the deck. Passionate messages that are positive. So I feel like that they are. I think your loved ones on the other side, your family, has been trying to give you messages to help you progress forward in life, away from past things. Six of Cups in the reverse, Four Wands in the reverse. So this almost feels like certain relationships that are people that do not support you, that you kind of need to keep some distance away from them, because all that they are going to do is create self-doubt. And yes, they are communicating with you, they are supporting you and trying to help you along your spiritual journey, but you do have some people in your way. That is, I'm hearing distraction that you need to take care of. Okay. 1 minute. Sound is going to go away for a second. I think that's it for the paid reads. I will do a couple more free ones, and then we are moving on. And then I'm going to be getting off here because I've got shit I got to do, and it is already 9:30. I said I would do like an hour and a half tonight, and that was it. So a few minutes. Let me see, who am I drawn to? Okay, Graceanne. I'll draw a couple cards for you. Graceanne. I'm not. The only way I'm going to be able to go online is if I find Wi-Fi spots on one of the islands. I can't go online. I have to have my phone in airplane mode, because otherwise I'm going to end up with an enormous bill to my cabin for Wi-Fi signal. Yeah. And it's really, really expensive. And I ain't paying the price. My brother ain't paying the price for Wi-Fi in our cabin either, or on the ship. And it's $30 per person per day. Yes, $30 per person per day per phone. I ain't doing that. So I will not have, when we leave port and stuff. Nope, no. I will only have communication with my brother that I'm going with through the Carnival Cruise app, where we could text each other. Now, when I get to an island, I may have some Wi-Fi, but okay. So, Graceanne, what did you get here? You got soul contracts. So, some kind of contract. And oh my God, this is a very spiritual message for you. You got some kind of, there's ancestral wounding associated with a certain soul contract. Okay, that that is a karmic block. There is some kind of karmic connection, soul contract that you came here in this lifetime to correct in order to define your self-worth, because there's worthiness wounds. The worthiness wounds, your self-worth, placing value on yourself. You have issues with that because of karmic blockages created way back long before your time. It's ancestral wounding, and you have some kind of soul contract to come here to break down these blockages, and which these karmic blockages involves creativity. It's creative blocks. So you may find that you at times have a hard time with motivation. You have great ideas, but then getting something started. Have trouble completing projects, or you often feel stuck and stagnant. And all this also affects your self-image, how you view yourself and your self-worth. So this is something to research, how to heal karmic blocks and ancestral wounding. Okay? I will do one more. One more. I'm looking. Jensen, I'll draw some cards for you. And then we are going to call it a night. It's like whoever I'm drawn to. So Jensen, I haven't seen you in a long time. And as I was scrolling through, the scroll just stopped on your name, and I felt drawn to you. Okay. One thing that I do not tolerate is spamming my chat. Maybe you don't know any better or whatever, Sarah. The reason why Spirit drew me away from you is you asking repeatedly. Ask one time for future reference. That's why Spirit says, nope, skip over her. So okay. Jensen, fear of failure, shadow work, and envy wound. Okay, you got some issues here. Man, this must be a theme for tonight of self-reflection, self-confidence, self-worth. That everybody has positive emotions, everybody has negative emotions and different types of wounds. This envy wound is about, and please don't take this in the wrong way, it is a jealousy wound. I cannot sugarcoat that part. But it's feelings of resentment or bitterness towards others, successes, possessions, or qualifies, reflections, deep-seated sense of inadequacy. That all describes this. And there's even more. Basically, you measuring your self-worth by comparing it to other people. And essentially, you're pulling your vibrations down because there is a fear of failure. And the fear of failure is envious of other people's successes, but afraid to try yourself because afraid of failure. And there is a need for some deep shadow work here. I'm just going to draw a couple other cards and call this a read. And then I'm done. I got to get clothes out of the dryer and start packing. Because I got cleaning I got to do tomorrow. I got to clean the house before I leave. It's not a lot of cleaning because it's just me. But it's things like dusting and sweeping the floors and running the vacuum and doing up some dishes. It's nothing major. It's like nothing's really out of place. It's not like a lot of junk is laying around and stuff because my son's not here. Of course, I don't know when I'm coming home to when I get back from my cruise when he has to be here with Dutton for a week. Okay, Empress, exactly. There you go. Stepping into that Empress energy. And nurturing the self, nurturing your soul, nurturing that inner child. She represents abundance. She represents self-worth and independence. She commands respect. She very nurturing energy. And I think that you need to nurture yourself and dig deep into that shadow work. Okay, that's it. No, you're right. I don't want to come home to a mess. And I know it's my son's house. And technically he could do whatever he wanted with his house. But you know what? When I'm taking care of it, I've already warned him, I better not come home to a total hurricane in the house. Because, I mean, I know, hate to shift blame, but you know what? When the shoe fits, it's just kind of funny that anytime I come home or anytime when he used to be here, the house was a disaster all the time. And I stopped cleaning it. I got tired. It's like, you're a grown ass adult. You clean up your own messes, I'll clean up mine. I've already told him. He hasn't been here. The minimal things that need done. Just your typical dusting and sweeping, mopping. Taking out the garbage. I told him, I better not come home to a disaster area. I won't be a happy mama. Thank you. Yeah, this what I was using tonight was the deck that Ashley gifted to me. This the Sacred Wounding deck. Wow. That's a big tank. Man. Okay, I'm going to get off here. I got to go full clothes and pack my bags. Oh, I'm looking forward to the cruise, but I'm not looking forward to the 3-hour long line to go through TSA. That's going to be a bitch. Said to stand in line for 3 hours to get through security. Okay. Anyhow, I know that it's only a 2-hour flight, and if we got to be at I got to be at the airport at we got to be at the airport at 2 a.m. 3 hours for TSA. Well, my sister-in-law is saying, well, you better be there at 1. You never know. So we'll probably leave it. It's over an hour from here to the airport. I thought we were going out of the smaller airport around here. No, we're going out of Greater Pittsburgh. I hate that airport. It's so confusing. But we're flying out of Greater Pitt. And TSA is 3 hours long. Our plane takes off at 5:30. And we cannot miss that plane because we've got a boat to be on at 4 p.m. So, okay. Love you all. And I'll see you guys next time.